Crazy Chef. So today we're making some Ital stew. Not really Ital stew. I'm gonna make a vegetarian type stew, kind of like an Ital stew. So we have a little Ital vibe, a little Rastaman vibe. So all vegetables, no meat, and that's how we doing it up today. So hit that like button. If it's your first time here, you know the deal. Hit that red subscribe button and be a part of the vibe. So for this dish, you'll need some mushrooms. You can use whatever vegetables you want. I think the deal is all about the concept of how we make the dish, not necessarily the type of vegetables. Or if you notice, my cutting isn't uniform, so it has nothing to do with how you cut your vegetables. The dish is about that. So we're gonna put some chickpeas in there. We're gonna put some turmeric, some curry, some coconut milk. So it's about that Rastaman vibe. So my dad was a Rastaman, so I grew up on this type of vibe. And we're doing it today. Like the main ingredient today is this cauliflower right here. Put him in so he's right in the picture. So this cauliflower right here, that's our main vibe. So the main vibe is the cauliflower and the chickpeas. As I said, my dad was a Rastafarian. So I grew up, I'm not a Rastafarian, but I grew up like all my brothers are Rastafarians. My uncles are Rastafarians. So I grew up with this type of vibe. I grew up in a Rastafarian type home. So I learned to cook like a Rastafarian. So as I said, hit that like button. If it's your first time here, you want to hit that red subscribe button. You want to be a part of the vibe. So we put in some corn in there, and I just take the corn from the husk like that. This you could actually save and you could use it in like a soup or a stew if you want to get like some flavor. But what we're gonna do now is we're gonna cut up this cauliflower. So I'm gonna take it away from the inside, then I'm gonna make it small, and as I said, that's gonna be the main part of our dish. So there's two ways you could do this. You can take your fingers, and all these vegetables are the same type, so you can mix them together. You don't have to separate. There's some other ingredient, but we'll get into that later. So you can take your hands and you can break it apart, or you can use a knife. Today I'm gonna just use my fingers, and I'm gonna take the little petals away, and small. That's gonna be the vibe. So just like that, and that's gonna be the vibe. So that's what my vegetables look like pretty much at the end. I just breaking it up, and that's what you get. So let's go over to my stove, finish the dish, finish the vibe. So in my pot, I'm gonna put some avocado oil. Oil goes in. Some pimento and some turmeric right in there. Some sweet potatoes, some carrots, and then we're gonna mix. Some garlic, some onions. Mix. Some fresh thyme, some coconut milk. So as soon as my coconut starts to boil, I'm gonna add some chopped tomatoes right in there. Give that a quick stir and let that vibe. Then I'm gonna add some dry jerk spice. Give that a quick stir. Then I'm gonna add some of that Crazy Chef hot sauce. So if you haven't seen the Crazy Chef hot sauce, I'm gonna put a link in the description below so you can go check that out. So hot sauce in just for a little spice. Then we'll give that a quick stir. Then I'm gonna add some chopped scallions or green onions. So at this point, I'm gonna add my mushrooms, my cauliflower, my peppers, my corn. I'm gonna just dump it in there, just like that. Get it right in there. And then we're gonna give it a quick stir. So then you wanna give it a quick stir. See how beautiful that looks? After everything starts to mix together. Like if you could smell it, it smells so delicious. And you see all the colors. So just how the colors are, that's the same way all the flavors come together. Because remember, we're not doing any form of meat in there. And I should say, you can put a little salt and pepper in yours, but we're not doing it. We're not putting any salt and pepper. Because this dish, when my dad makes it, he never puts, it gives its own vibe. So if you would like that natural type of vibe, you don't want to put any salt in there. You can put it at the end, it's better. So let that reduce. What's gonna happen is as soon as the mushrooms and the cauliflowers and the peppers start cooking off, it's gonna go down. So it's gonna be less. So now I'm gonna add some chickpeas, some kidney bean, and we're gonna give it another quick mix. Look at that. That looks good. Let's taste it. Brilliant. That's actually really, really good. Look at that color. And that's how you make a vegetarian stew or a Ital stew. But this is not really an Ital stew. It's kind of like a vegetarian stew. But it's really good. And for that final vibe, we're gonna add some chives. And we're gonna give that the final mix. And that's our vibe right here. That's the vibe. I'm gonna put some pepper in there. I'll just add some ground pepper in that. So a little bit of salt too, and some ground pepper. And that's my final vibe right here. Look how good that looks. That's what a stew should look like. Beautiful.